Imagine becoming the kind of person who follows through on their dreams, no matter what. Someone who takes action, not just when it's easy, but when every part of you wants to quit. Meet Alex, a dreamer who was stuck, full of ideas but paralyzed by procrastination. Through 12 Stoic lessons, Alex became unstoppable. Today, you'll learn those lessons to build unshakable discipline for your own journey. This isn't just a video, it's a mindset shift. Let's dive in. How many times have you said, "I'll start that project tomorrow," or "I don't feel like it now"? Alex was there too, dreaming of a better life but stuck, watching others achieve while they stayed in place. The truth? If you only act when you feel good, you'll never go far. But if you master discipline, Stoic discipline, you become unstoppable. Let's follow Alex's journey and see how they changed everything. Before we start, make a promise to yourself. Type this in the comments. Starting today, I choose discipline over mood. I am Stoic. Say it out loud. Write it down. This isn't just words, it's a signal that your feelings don't control you. You do. Alex made this promise, and it changed their life. Let's begin with their first lesson. Alex's dreams were big: writing a book, getting fit, building a meaningful life, but they kept quitting when motivation faded. Then they read Epictetus. First say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do. Alex stopped trying to be disciplined, they decided they were disciplined. Discipline isn't about feeling ready, it's about identity. Ask, what would a disciplined person do right now? Would they work on their goal or scroll their phone? Alex started asking this, acting like a disciplined person even when tired. Try this. Write, "I am disciplined," on a sticky note. Put it where you'll see it. When tempted to quit, ask, what would that person do? Then do it. For Alex, this sparked their first consistent week of progress. Some days, Alex woke up drained. The thought of working on their goals felt impossible. Not today, they'd think. Even Stoics like Marcus Aurelius faced low days, leading empires through exhaustion. Alex built a low-mood protocol, a plan for tough moments. Step 1. Work for 5 minutes. Step 2. Change environment. Walk outside, open a window. Step 3. Move, stretch, breathe, drink water. Step 4. Say aloud, "This feeling is temporary. I can act." This isn't about perfection, it's about momentum. Alex found 5 minutes often became 30. The fog lifted, not because they felt better, but because they moved. Try this. Write your low mood protocol: 5 minutes of work, a quick walk, a deep breath. Keep it visible. Alex's protocol turned bad days into productive ones. Alex's discipline often crumbled when emotions hit. Boredom made them scroll their phone. Anxiety over unfinished tasks made them freeze. The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, prepared for emotional storms. Alex created a discipline audit, a list of triggers derailing them: boredom, anxiety, self-doubt. For boredom, they'd switch to a smaller task, like journaling one idea. For anxiety, they'd focus on one step at a time. For self-doubt, they'd say, "I don't need to be perfect, I just need to start." Alex wrote this audit and kept it visible. When emotions struck, they were ready. Try this. List your triggers: boredom, fear of failure, overwhelm. Write a counteraction for each. Keep it visible. Alex's audit kept them moving forward. Alex often quit 10 minutes into a task, feeling restless. Those were their resistance points. Instead of giving in, they gamified it, inspired by Seneca's self-study. They set a rule: if I work 10 more minutes, I earn a token. 5 tokens equals a coffee treat. It sounds simple, but it worked. Alex's brain saw resistance as a challenge, not a dead end. Each token built momentum, and soon, those 10 minutes became hours. The reward wasn't just coffee, it was pride. Try this. Identify your resistance point, maybe 15 minutes into a task. Set a small reward for pushing past it. Track your wins on a scorecard. Alex's game turned quitting into winning. Alex noticed certain spaces made them feel focused. A clean desk, a specific playlist, it clicked. Inspired by Stoic rituals, they created a contextual anchor. Every work session, they'd light a candle, play instrumental music, and use a distraction-free notebook. Over time, these cues trained their brain. This is focus time. Even on low days, sitting at that desk flipped a switch. Marcus Aurelius had his writing rituals, Alex had their work setup. Try this. Choose a space, a sound, a ritual for your goals. Use it only for focused tasks. Alex's anchor made discipline automatic, and yours can too. Alex used to hit snooze and start the day chaotically. Then they learned from Epictetus, small, intentional acts build greatness. Alex created a decision stack. Wake up without snoozing, drink water, do 3 minutes of breath work, write one goal. These tiny choices, 15 minutes total, set the tone. By stacking these votes for discipline, Alex's day gained momentum. Try this. Write a morning stack, 3 to 5 small, disciplined actions. Alex's stack made mornings a launchpad for progress. Alex was distracted by endless options, social media, notifications, multitasking. Stoics like Epictetus taught that true freedom comes from limiting distractions. Alex adopted creative constraints. They uninstalled social media during work hours, used a single notebook, and worked only at a dedicated desk. Fewer choices meant less struggle. Discipline became easier. Try this. Pick one distraction, e.g., social media, and create a constraint, like blocking it during work. Alex's constraints turned scattered energy into focused progress. Alex often delayed their goals, thinking, there's always tomorrow. Marcus Aurelius' words hit hard. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do. Alex practiced negative visualization, imagining a future where they never pursued their dreams, stuck, full of regret. This wasn't pessimism, it was clarity. It fueled action. Try this. Spend 5 minutes visualizing 2 futures. One if you stay undisciplined, one if you commit. Alex's vision of regret pushed them to act daily. Alex learned willpower isn't unlimited, it fades by noon. Inspired by Marcus Aurelius, who rose early to think clearly, Alex shifted their hardest tasks to their prime hours, mornings when their mind was sharp. They tackled writing or planning before distractions hit. This wasn't about working harder, it was about working smarter. Try this. Identify your peak energy time, morning, after a workout, and schedule your toughest tasks then. Alex's morning focus turned scattered days into productive ones. Alex often fell to temptations, scrolling when bored, skipping tasks when tired. Seneca rehearsed challenges mentally, Alex did too. They visualized temptations, feeling restless, wanting to quit, and practiced saying no, choosing action instead. This mental rehearsal made real moments easier. Try this. Spend 5 minutes daily visualizing a temptation in your response, closing your phone, starting the task. Alex's rehearsals made discipline instinctive. Alex dreaded big tasks, imagining endless hours. Seneca said we suffer more in imagination than reality. Alex practiced effort forecasting. Before a task, they'd ask, how long will this really take? Often, it was just 20 minutes, not hours. This clarity dissolved dread. Try this. Before a task, estimate its real effort, time, and energy. Write it down. Alex found most tasks were smaller than they seemed, making action easier. When Alex faced setbacks, an injury, a disrupted routine, they felt lost. Marcus Aurelius was an emperor, philosopher, and father. He didn't rely on one role. Alex built identity redundancy. They were a writer, a learner, a friend. When one role faltered, they leaned on others, staying disciplined. Try this. List your roles: creator, student, supporter. Cultivate discipline in each. Alex's multiple identities kept them strong through any storm. Closing. Alex's journey shows discipline isn't about perfection, it's about choice. Which Stoic lesson will you try today? Comment below, and let's build discipline together. What if you could live a fulfilling life without needing anyone else's approval or help? Imagine facing challenges, chasing dreams, and finding peace by trusting yourself. Meet Arturo, a mechanic who relied on others for every big decision. Through 10 Stoic lessons, Arturo became his own best ally, and you can too. This isn't just a video, it's a mindset shift to make you unstoppable. Stay tuned for the final lesson, it'll leave you speechless. Arturo was a skilled mechanic, but he was stuck. He'd ask friends and family for advice before every big step, waiting for someone to guide him. Sound familiar? He feared he wasn't enough. But one day, facing a tough repair alone, Arturo realized, I had to trust myself. Stoic philosophy taught him he didn't need external validation to succeed. You don't either. Let's follow Arturo's journey and uncover 10 lessons to become self-sufficient. Before we start, make a promise. Type this in the comments. I don't need anyone to succeed. I am enough. Say it out loud. Write it down. This is your signal that you're ready to rely on yourself. Arturo made this commitment, and it changed his life. Subscribe and hit the bell to stay with us. Let's explore the first lesson that transformed Arturo's path. Arturo used to feel incomplete without others' input. He'd call friends before deciding anything, thinking he needed their validation. Then he read Epictetus. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Arturo started spending time alone, reflecting on his goals. He journaled, took walks, and found joy in his own thoughts. This wasn't isolation, it was self-sufficiency. Try this. Spend 10 minutes daily alone, no distractions. Journal what makes you happy. Arturo learned to enjoy his own company, and it freed him to act without needing others. Arturo was a people pleaser, saying yes to every request, fixing cars for free, running errands. It drained him. Seneca said, "Freedom begins when you set limits without guilt." Arturo learned to say no politely. I can't right now. This wasn't selfish, it protected his time and energy. Each no gave him space to focus on his goals. Try this. Next time someone asks for a favor, pause. Ask, does this serve my purpose? If not, say no respectfully. Arturo's boundaries earned him respect and peace. Arturo was overwhelmed by noise, gossip, notifications, opinions. He felt empty. The Stoics valued silence as a tool for clarity. Arturo started taking 5-minute breaks in silence, no phone, just his thoughts. In those moments, he found answers to his doubts. Silence wasn't scary, it was empowering. Try this. Set aside 5 minutes daily for silence. Reflect on one question. What do I really want? Arturo's quiet moments helped him trust his own wisdom. When a tough repair stumped Arturo, he waited for help that never came. Stoicism taught him, you cannot control events, but you can control your response. Arturo stopped expecting others to save him. He tackled the repair step by step, using his skills. He became his own hero. Try this. Next time you face a challenge, ask, what can I do right now? Take one small action. Arturo's self-reliance turned obstacles into triumphs. Arturo carried emotional baggage, toxic friendships, others' expectations. It exhausted him. The Stoics taught to focus only on what you control. Arturo let go of draining relationships and stopped worrying about others' opinions. He felt lighter, freer. Try this. Identify one relationship or thought that drains you. Distance yourself or reframe it. Arturo's emotional minimalism gave him energy to focus on what mattered. Arturo lived paycheck to paycheck, dependent on others' help. The Stoics said true freedom comes from controlling what you can. Arturo made a simple budget, cut unnecessary spending, and paid off debts. He invested small amounts for his future. Try this. Track your expenses for a week. Cut one non-essential purchase. Arturo's financial discipline gave him independence and peace of mind. Arturo thought others' approval would make him happy. When it didn't, he felt lost. Epictetus said, happiness is within your control. Arturo started small habits, journaling, walking, reflecting on his values. He found joy in himself. Try this. Do one thing daily that makes you happy, no one else involved. Arturo learned his happiness didn't depend on others, and yours doesn't either. When life hit Arturo hard, car breakdowns, personal setbacks, he felt helpless. Stoicism taught him to see challenges as opportunities. He used negative visualization, imagining worst-case scenarios to realize he could handle them. This calmed his fears. Try this. Visualize a challenge's worst outcome, then plan one step to face it. Arturo's Stoic mindset turned adversity into growth. Arturo once thought he needed others to feel complete. The Stoics showed him, you have everything within you. He embraced self-awareness, asking, what do I truly want? He cultivated his strengths, work, learning, kindness. When setbacks hit, he leaned on himself. Try this. List 3 things you love about yourself. Act on one daily. Arturo became his own hero, and you can too. Arturo's journey shows that true freedom comes from within. You don't need anyone to be happy or successful, just yourself. Thank you for watching. Let's keep growing together. What if you could live a fulfilling life without needing anyone else's approval or help? Imagine facing challenges, chasing dreams, and finding peace by trusting yourself. Meet Arturo, a mechanic who relied on others for every big decision. Through 10 Stoic lessons, Arturo became his own best ally, and you can too. This isn't just a video, it's a mindset shift to make you unstoppable. Stay tuned for the final lesson, it'll change how you see yourself. Let's dive in. 0:45 to 1:30. Arturo was a skilled mechanic, but he was stuck. He'd ask friends and family for advice before every big step, waiting for someone to guide him. Sound familiar? He feared he wasn't enough. But one day, facing a tough repair alone, Arturo realized, I had to trust myself. Stoic philosophy showed him he didn't need external validation to succeed. You don't either. Let's follow Arturo's journey and uncover 10 lessons to become self-sufficient. Before we start, make a promise. Type this in the comments. I don't need anyone to succeed. I am enough. Say it out loud. Write it down. This is your signal that you're ready to rely on yourself. Arturo made this commitment, and it changed his life. Subscribe and hit the bell to stay with us. Let's explore the first lesson that transformed Arturo's path. Arturo used to say yes to everyone, fixing cars for free, running errands, until he was drained. The Stoics, like Seneca, said, we cannot control the wind, but we can adjust the sails. Arturo learned to set boundaries, politely saying, I can't right now. This wasn't selfish, it protected his mental well-being. Try this. Next time someone asks for a favor, pause. Ask, does this align with my priorities? If not, say no respectfully. Arturo's boundaries reduced stress and earned respect. Comment below. When's a time you said no to reclaim your peace? Arturo's mind was cluttered with decisions, what to wear, what to prioritize. Marcus Aurelius said, choose not to be bothered by things that are not essential. Arturo simplified by planning meals weekly and prioritizing tasks. Like Steve Jobs wearing the same outfit, he reduced decision fatigue. Try this. Plan one routine, like meals or daily tasks, to free mental space. Arturo's clarity let him focus on what mattered, making life less overwhelming. What's one decision you can simplify? When Arturo faced criticism, he'd spiral, overthinking others' words. Epictetus taught, don't be affected by things external, but by how you perceive them. Arturo practiced emotional detachment, not ignoring feelings, but pausing to reflect. Is this emotion helping me? A deep breath helped him respond, not react. Try this. Next time you're upset, pause, breathe, and ask, is this worth my peace? Arturo's calm responses brought clarity and strength. Arturo worried about things beyond his control, like others' opinions or job outcomes. Epictetus said, some things are up to us, and some are not. Arturo focused on his actions, preparing well, staying positive. This dissolved anxiety. Try this. List one worry. If it's out of your control, let it go. Focus on one action you can take. Arturo's focus on the dichotomy of control built unshakable confidence. Social media made Arturo question his worth, likes, comments, comparisons. The Stoics' concept of ataraxia, or inner calm, changed that. Seneca said, a truly wise person does not flinch at a major wound. Arturo meditated daily for 5 minutes, focusing on his breath. This grounded him. Try this. Meditate for 5 minutes daily, letting go of external noise. Arturo's tranquility made him immune to others' judgments. Arturo feared failure, holding back from risks. Marcus Aurelius said, do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Arturo embraced memento mori, reflecting daily on mortality to prioritize what mattered, family, growth. This pushed him to act bravely. Try this. Reflect for 2 minutes on what you'd do if time was short. Arturo's clarity drove purposeful action, reducing fear. Arturo dwelled on past failures or future fears, missing the present. Marcus Aurelius said, carry out each action as if it were your last. Arturo practiced mindfulness, focusing on tasks like eating or working without distraction. This reduced anxiety. Try this. Do one task mindfully today, like drinking tea slowly. Arturo's presence brought peace and focus, grounding him daily. When Arturo faced a sudden move, he resisted, fearing the unknown. Seneca said, it's not the load that weighs you down, but how you carry it. Arturo embraced change as a chance to grow, adapting with flexibility. Try this. Next time change hits, ask, what can I learn? Arturo's acceptance turned challenges into opportunities, building resilience. Arturo doubted his worth when others judged him. Seneca said, "Only a life lived in virtue can be calm." Arturo focused on virtues, wisdom, justice, courage, moderation, helping others, being honest. This built self-respect. Try this. Do one virtuous act daily, like being kind or fair. Arturo's virtuous life gave him confidence, rooted in integrity. Arturo once sought others' approval to feel complete. Marcus Aurelius said, "The mind free from passions is a citadel." Arturo cultivated self-awareness, asking, "What do I value?" He embraced his strengths: work, kindness, resilience. When setbacks hit, he relied on himself. Try this. List 3 qualities you love about yourself. Act on one daily. Arturo became his own hero, and you can too. Comment. I am enough. Which lesson hit home? Subscribe for more. Arturo's journey proves true freedom comes from within. You don't need anyone to be happy or successful, just yourself. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more stories to transform your life. Let's keep growing together.